Creating wealth is a little bit uncomplicated, unlike creating generational wealth, which looks cumbersome. But in this video, we'd be looking at the basic steps whereby generational wealth can be created. But before we proceed, let's look at what generational wealth really means. Generational wealth. The wealth that gets transferred from one generation of a family to the next is what you call generational wealth. It may consist of valuable assets such as cash, real estate, securities, or ownership of a family business. Generational wealth may also take the form of education, contacts, the ability to take greater risks, and lucrative employment within a family business. It can occur on the death of a parent or other family member, or during the life of both people. While many households can expect to receive some sort of generational wealth, a small number of transfers within wealthy families accounts for a majority of the total value of generational wealth transfers. It is wealth that is passed down from one generation to the next. You may also hear this called family wealth or legacy wealth. If you can leave something behind for your children or grandchildren, then you are contributing to the growth of generational wealth within your family. Of course, you may leave many things, such as good memories and healthy genetics behind for your family. However, I'm specifically referring to the financial resources that you can leave behind. The benefit of generational wealth. Have you ever thought about how life would have felt much easier if you had graduated from school without any debt, or wish you had inherited a large sum of money? Alternatively, are you someone who was able to get ahead early in life because your family supports you financially? Regardless of your situation, you may already understand the value of generational wealth without knowing it. It is a method of boosting our financial wellness so much that we can ensure the financial wellness of our children and perhaps their children and so on. Perhaps you're focused on your finances, but if you're thinking about starting or growing your family anytime soon, now's a great time to learn how to build generational wealth. Have you ever heard the idiom, "It takes money to make money"? Although anyone can create wealth, those who have access to family wealth have the advantage. Establish a convenient feature. The high cost of education, coupled with low wages and high cost of living, can make it difficult to get ahead. If you don't come from family money, you may very well be familiar with the burden of debt. Creating wealth might not be an option until later in life, as it can take years to pay off school loans and credit card debt. Individuals who have access to family wealth arguably have a leg up relative to those who don't. Those whose families paid for their college education or even helped them buy their first house are economically advantaged over others. They have a financial head start that allows them to begin building wealth much earlier in life. Freed up money that would have otherwise been spent on expenses and paying off debt can be used for investments or building a business. If you plan to grow your family, you probably realize how important generational wealth can be. Personal finance wellness is often a priority for those who are single or don't yet have their own family. However, once you plan to have a family, those priorities quickly change. In creating generational wealth, it's hard to argue against the importance of building generational wealth, especially for those who have children or plan to start a family. If you feel ready to get started, you're probably wondering what you should do next. Here are some actionable steps you can take to begin building family wealth. Number 1. Setting up a trust. One of the most practical steps you can take to protect your generational wealth is to set up a trust fund. Trust funds can sometimes get a bad rap, but in reality, these are powerful estate planning tools that allows you to have more control over how your wealth is passed on. First and foremost, assets placed within a trust will allow you to avoid probate and certain taxes. This means that your children's inheritance will be better sheltered from legal fees and certain taxes that can affect your inheritance. Next, you get to decide on what terms your children will be receiving their inheritance. For example, you could designate that each of your children will receive their inheritance in increments, and only once they meet a certain milestone. Know that you can set up a trust fund no matter how humble your beginnings might be. You can always add to the trust fund as time goes on, and the trust itself can be used to grow your wealth through investment portfolios. Number 2. Investing your money. Time and appreciation make a powerful combination for growing your wealth without having to put any extra work. Yeah, you guessed it, investments. Diligently tucking your money away into a savings account is certainly laudable, but unfortunately it won't stand the test of time. Due to inflation, the value of your dollar today will only be worth a fraction of a dollar for your children's generation. Instead of passing on a devalued lump sum, you can make a greater impact by investing your money in a way that'll be worth much more by the time your children receive their inheritance. Here are some great investment options to consider: crypto, stocks, bonds, mutual and exchange traded funds, retirement investment accounts, and real estate. Number 3. Invest in your child's education. In many cases, education can provide a way for your children to support themselves. With a college degree, Many frequently have had the opportunity to pursue high-paying jobs that can help them navigate their finances. Anyone with education will always have that education. Although other things in life may come and go, no one can take away your education. If you can help your children make it through college without any debt, then you are helping them to set up for a brighter financial future than many of their peers. It is estimated that 70% of families lose their wealth in the second generation and 90% lose it in the third. With statistics like that, it can seem pointless to save for a legacy of wealth. However, in many cases, the loss of generational wealth can be prevented through financial education. After all, it is easy to lose generational wealth if your kids have no personal finance knowledge. That would be like asking your child to maintain a classic antique car after you pass away without teaching them any mechanical skills. Likely, the car would eventually break down. Similarly, if you teach your kids nothing about personal finance, then it's likely the wealth you leave for them will dwindle throughout their lifetime. Since you're interested in passing on family wealth, then you'd likely have a fairly good understanding of personal finance. Make it a priority to pass this knowledge down to your kids. This knowledge will be the best way to build and protect generational wealth. There are many ways to broach the topic of money with your kids. You can buy children's books about money, teach them through games, or show them by allowing them to listen to you as you talk through your financial decisions. You can even help them set up their bank accounts from a young age to instill the importance of saving for the future. Our course on teaching kids healthy financial habits is a great place to find resources to share money knowledge with your kids. Number 4, build a family business. Starting a family business is a smart way to leverage your existing talents to create extra income and even move beyond the restrictive lifestyle of a traditional 9-to-5 work schedule. A successful family business is a great asset that can be passed on to children to help provide a strong financial foundation. Increase the likelihood that your child will want to take on the family business by introducing them to the business at a young age, providing opportunities to learn the business as they grow, and transitioning responsibility to them as you reduce your involvement in the business. Starting a business with your family takes effort and a great idea, so here are some ideas that can help you get started. First idea is an e-commerce business. If you'd prefer to run an online business with minimal interaction with people, there's an option for you: dropshipping. It requires minimal work on your part, and in essence, you act as the middleman between the customer, who places an order on your website, and the supplier, who fulfills the order. Over time, you can grow your dropshipping business and turn it into a fully fledged e-commerce brand with multiple franchises across the world. Some successful e-commerce brands that started as dropshipping are The Odie, Claiming Blankets, Skinny Me Tea, Drop Bottle, and MVMT. Another idea is property rental. While many of the businesses on this list require minimal to no overhead for getting started, this one will require either capital or resources to get started. If you own more than one property or have resources to buy a second property, you can begin to rent your property to other people. This is a business endeavor that can be especially helpful to have your family on board for, as additional people can help bring funds to the table, as well as help manage the property. Once you have a property to rent, you might do this through long-term rentals by a traditional lease, or you can set up a profile on Airbnb and pull in some extra cash by renting your property to vacationers. Depending on your location and the size of your property, this could be a very lucrative family business idea. Last idea is a wedding or event planner. Do you love planning every last detail of your wedding, or perhaps your wife does? Help other couples achieve their visions by starting your own wedding planning services. If you are incredibly organized, this is a great opportunity to take advantage of the fact that people tend to get married later than ever before. Many are busy professionals who don't mind paying someone to handle the nitty-gritty details they don't have time to think about. The best family business ventures are generally based on existing talent and skills family members may have. If you're looking to start a successful company, an online store, or a small farm could be successful. However, if there are specific skills family members have, small businesses can be built off that as well. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching all the way through. Did you find today's nugget useful? What do you think of generational wealth? Comment below and share your opinion. Also, if you're interested in more videos like this, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel so I know people actually enjoy watching my videos. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell for more amazing content.